Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my first public meditation. So, the last couple of weeks have been rough for a lot of us in the collective, and I thought, why not put together a guided meditation that is geared towards helping you get some soul fragments back and to help you kind of, let's say, put a barrier between your anxiety of the collective as well as that of your soul. And so, what it means to get back a soul fragment is, when we are anxious, when there's a lot going on in the world, when there's energy everywhere, and we don't know how to remain calm or feel calm, which is so natural in the 3D, we can call back those pieces of us that are in the energetic field. And so your higher self is always wanting you to feel whole within yourself. Your higher self doesn't want you to question yourself. They want you to have empathy and compassion. And a part of really achieving that is allowing yourself to feel okay. And sometimes we get so used to being anxious that feeling okay, feeling calm is a little uncomfortable. But for those of you that want to retrieve old versions of yourself or pieces of the old versions of you that have maybe kept you in doubt or self-sabotage, or maybe you just want a refresher, maybe you collect your energy a lot, and you do healing work on yourself, this is meant for anybody that wants to participate. There are no rules. You can do this as many times as you want. If you fall asleep during it, that's okay. Doesn't mean you have to start over. Sometimes when we sleep or fall asleep through meditation, that means that spirit wants us to help clear things that are in our subconscious, and sometimes we can do that while we're asleep or in a lucid dream state. Okay, so there are no rules here. The main purpose and goal is to collect pieces of yourself, bring them back, kind of like a puzzle, so you can feel good and calm in the energy of the world as we go through a lot of shifts. Okay, and so I do want to tell you that I do soul fragment retrieval every night before I go to bed, not through meditation, but overall by setting an intention, especially with the advocacy work that I do. So, there are no rules to this. It doesn't mean that you need to be at a certain place of awakening or be a certain type of person or have a certain label. It's just, again, if this resonates and you want to do it, then, please proceed. And if not, you can watch this later when you're guided or come back, okay? Deep breath. One more. In with the old, breathe out. And release. Okay, so before we get started, I want you to be in a comfortable position. I always recommend doing this before you go to bed, and the reason that is so you can be in a more calm and higher vibrational space and conscious space as you go to bed and as you're dreaming. And what that helps you do is release resistance in your sleep and heal those parts of you in your dream space or while you're sleeping. And if you can't remember your dream, that's also protection from spirit at times, so you don't have to relive traumatic experiences or feelings. And remember, you're always allowed to grow, and you're always allowed to have a different version of you emerge. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so as we get started, I want you to take a couple of deep breaths in. On the deep breath, I want you to inhale negative energy, and on your out breath, I want you to release. All right, so as we get started, I want you to take a couple of deep breaths in. On the deep breath, I want you to inhale negative energy, and on your out breath, I want you to release it with white light. Okay, so inhale, release. The goal is to have a full deep breath. Okay, again. Out with the old. Deep breath in. And out. Good job. And it's okay if you feel a little tension. You can take as many deep breaths as you want. There are no rules, okay? So I want you to get into a comfortable position, whether that's lying down, sitting down, crouching, kneeling, in the bath, whatever whatever feels comfortable for you. There are no rules. And that's the great part of being a higher vibrational version of ourselves, is ridding ourselves of rules. Okay, so another deep breath in. Okay, so as we start this meditation, I just want you to think of the version of you when I say, who are you wanting to call back? Who is the version of you that you want to show empathy towards? The version of you that maybe learned something new and has changed their perspective. The version of you that you have compassion for, that you want to give a warm hug to. Whoever you want to bring close to you is a version of you to call back tonight. And sometimes there are many versions of us that we want to call back, a lot of fragments that we want to bring back, so you can continue to do this meditation as you feel and as you see and have resonance with calling back those pieces of yourself. Okay? Deep breath. Good job. So when you look at this version of yourself, what do you wish they knew? And when you look at this version of yourself, tell them that it's okay. They didn't do anything wrong. All they did was make decisions based on what they knew. And as the world changes, and as society grows, and the collective becomes more awakened and more enlightened, what do you want to tell this version of you about what they'll learn about themselves? So make sure you're always talking to yourself with compassion. Make sure that you are always allowing yourself to grow. Make sure that you are not pitying yourself for maybe not knowing the answer before, and have a beautiful energy and white light around your aura that will allow you to continue to grow, continue to guide, continue to allow more and more shifts, okay? So when you look at the present version of you, what are you so happy you learned? Is it compassion for humanity, a different perspective? What are you so grateful for unlearning today? And really just sit in the joy of that and feel the chills down your body as your higher self tells you, you are loved. You are allowed to grow. And you beautiful soul, has been given the opportunity to come to earth to really allow your old selves to heal. And so when you look at this old version of yourself, I want you to remember that they're just a conduit of energy. It doesn't mean that you are ever less than. It means that you allowed yourself to be such a positive version of you that will continue to grow, that will continue to strive for more, and that will continue to teach. And by this, you teach yourself and your future generations and the past versions of yourself through positive karma about how much empowerment there is in having your voice. And I can feel your heart chakra expanding. So for a second, let's put your hand on your heart and breathe in some white light. And breathe it out. Amazing. And you feel lighter already. Let's do it again. So I don't want you to ever say that you are a bad person, no matter what you have gone through, no matter what you may think. Just remember that on a soul level, the higher vibrational version of you will never be down on themselves. If you're listening to this meditation, you are guided here to listen to it, to retrieve the versions of yourself and to own them with clean energy and say, I am who I am and no one can take that away from me. I know my truth. I know the truth for humanity, and I know what I am meant to achieve. And when I look at my life without emotion, I can objectively see how beautiful I am, and the light that I contribute to the world is so needed. You are so needed on this planet today, and remembering that people learn through you and you learn through them, and the ever-flowing energy field is expanding higher and higher and growing and allowing the planet to really bathe in the white light of unity. That's where we are in 2022. So I want you to just sit with that for a moment and allow yourself to relax. Version of you wants to own? What does this version of you want to say and stand for? Where is your true power? What insecurities did this version of you have that maybe doesn't allow the current present version of you to stand up for what they believe in? What is this old version of you scared of? And it's okay to look at it. Is it judgment, fear, ego, insecurity, vulnerability, the perception of others, being wrong, not having enough education? Those are all illusions. Those are not truth. The people in your field that are meant to resonate with you will always be the ones that help vibrate off your energy and help you be the version of you that is so aligned with their purpose that has brought you here today, okay? So I want you to show yourself so much love and just imagine the old version of you drifting up into the clouds. Allow that spirit to be purified. Let's send that version of you so much white and yellow healing light as it beams and grows, and you allow this present energy and your expansion to really fly through the old version so that you can bring them back to where you are. So let's bring them back as you slowly float from the heavens and the clouds all the way down between the chaos and the emotions and the darkness, or what you think is stopping humanity but is really helping us grow day in and out. I want you to just relax in a star position. Slowly bring that version of you down. There's no rush, there's no rush, there's no panic, there's no anxiety. You're present, and in the presence there is no anxiety. So breathe and breathe out and just relax. can say, old version of you, I bring you back so that I can teach humanity about what I learned through you. Who I was did not dictate who I am and what I'm meant to create. I am safe in changing my mind. I am safe in what I can explore and what I can provide, okay? So as we close out, I want you to remember you are so loved by the divine. You are so loved. Every version of you is loved. And so if you're feeling some palpitations or heavy emotion or vibration, just know it's normal. That's an energy shift, okay? Thank you so much for doing that meditation with me. I'm so proud of you. I want you to remember all that you have created for yourself and that you have really just allowed yourself to be the next version of you, okay? Take care.